Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. Tonight, I want to talk about building attraction, okay? Now, there's a lot of guys out there that have problems in building attraction just as much as the women do. So the thing is, I'm going to tell you things that you should be doing if you want to build the attraction with that woman, okay? And the thing is, when you start and you meet a woman and you like that woman, you have to, obviously you have to show her attention without coming off desperate. Nobody wants somebody desperate, all right? But when you have a conversation with her, you need to ask her questions about herself. It's not just about, everyday things. What sports teams do you like? And, all generalization things. You get that all over the place. You get these people that hit your inbox and all they want to do is talk about just general things. That's fine for somebody who's got nothing better to do. But if you're a person, that has a purpose in life and is working towards goals, you don't have time to sit here and chit chat with everybody that hits your inbox, okay? So if you're a woman that knows the game, if you're a woman that's got things going for you and you don't want to deal with clowns, okay? You have to show that woman that you're not a clown. And the way that you show that woman that you're not a clown is that you show an interest in her. Like you ask her things about herself. You ask her, what does she do, for a living? If she's got kids, you ask about her kids and stuff like that, okay? You take an interest in her as a person. That's if you're looking for something from her. I mean, if you're just looking for a hookup, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. If you're just looking for a hookup with somebody, your best bet is to be flat out honest. Okay, you would get more with honesty. Believe me when I tell you, because if you are dealing with a woman that knows game and you start to play game on her, she is just going to delete and block you, or she's going to ignore you. So, I've had guys come to me and they've said to me, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I don't know if you're on the same page as me. And you know what? I respected them for that. And even though we were not on the same page, I kept them around as friends. And if I was in a point where I wanted to, be with them, I already knew where it was. There was no games. I had respect for them. So my point is this. If you gain a woman's respect, a woman is going to open up to you. She's, you're going to get further. But if you start playing games, you're just going to turn her off. That's why I tell you, do not play games, because you're going to get games back. And when we play games, everybody loses. When you start with the waiting a couple of hours to text back, when you start with the contacting that person a few days later, if you're dealing with a woman who's got a lot of options, got a lot going for her, maybe she has a lot of followers, she's popular or something like that, do you really think she's going to deal with you? No, she's not going to deal with you, okay? Believe me when I tell you. I have people that have inboxed me on one of the social medias that, I do a lot of promoting on. And I always get the same inboxes. Hey, baby. Hey, sexy. Hey, this. Hey, that. I don't even open them up. Because I know it's the same type of nonsense and I don't have time for it, And if you're dealing with women that, are busy, they're on their hustle or whatever they're doing, that's not the way that you approach people like that. The best way to deal with somebody like that is to, just be open and honest and be like, listen, I saw your picture, I really liked your picture and everything. I would really love to talk to you and everything like that. Something different, something genuine that they don't always get, they would appreciate that. So I'm going to tell you the cutoffs, how you're going to be cut off when you're trying to get to know a woman, the things that you do that are going to turn her off and she's going to cut you off, because you're not moving the way you should be moving. There's a lot of women that want the man to take the lead, okay? And when I say take the lead, what I mean is they, call her on a daily basis. They say they want to get on the phone with her. If you're really interested in a woman, there's a lot of women out there that know the game just as much as you guys know the game, and they're going to be looking to see if you're just going to be a text buddy or if you're going to get on the phone. So if you show her that you're trying to get to know her, you want to get on the phone with her, then that's what you should do, okay? Now, the thing that I need to tell you guys is, you listen to a lot of people, you listen to a lot of coaches and stuff like that, and they always tell you, oh, juggle this one, juggle that one, juggle this one, juggle that one. That's fine if you're dealing with people that really don't know what's up. But if you're dealing with people that are also in the game, okay, and you're not consistent and you're not contacting that person on a regular basis and you're not getting on the phone with them on a regular basis, you are going to be put in the pay no mind list, okay? It's not coming off as desperate. A woman that is of quality is going to respect that, is going to respect the fact that you're taking time out of your day to make an effort to contact her on a regular basis. It's not coming off desperate, okay? The other way is worse. The other way, by waiting a few days to contact her or anything like that, she's not going to take you seriously. She may keep you around, but she's not going to take you seriously. The only way you're going to get anywhere with somebody like that is somebody that's stupid, that doesn't know what it is. So, if you're just looking for somebody that doesn't know the game and you're looking to play game on them, you're not going to get very far with them because they're going to be doing the same thing back to you. So that's why I tell you, you got to know what you're looking for. Are you looking for a relationship or are you just looking for hookups? And you got to know what your target is. You got to know when you hit up somebody, what are they about? Are they somebody looking for a relationship or are they somebody that's just playing around? That's why you get on the phone. That's why you have a conversation with them. Because a big mistake that you guys make is that you start out and you think just by texting somebody, you're going to feel them out that way and everything. Everybody's texting everybody. So you're just another text. You got to set yourself apart from the others. You got to put yourself in someone else's head. And the only way you do that is by having a conversation with them on the phone, okay? It's not the everyday text, hey, beautiful, hey, baby, this and that. A lot of women know that game. They know it, and they put you in the pay no mind list. And a lot of them are doing the same thing back to people. And that's why a lot of guys have come to me and says, oh, I didn't hear back from her. I said, well, were you consistent with her? No, I wasn't. Well, now she's not taking you seriously. That's why. She just figures, it's the same. She's one of your circuits, so she's doing the same thing. So the thing is, you want to move forward, you want to show her the respect, and she's got to show the same respect back to you. Now, if she doesn't show you the same respect back to you, and what I mean by that is taking the time out of her day to talk to you and correspond back with you and get on the phone with you, then she's not all into you, okay? And if you hear excuses like, I'm busy, or I have kids, or this or that, these are all excuses, you guys. All right? Even somebody with kids could get on the phone with you later on at night when the kids are in bed or whatever and be able to talk to you, even if it's for 20 minutes. It makes a big difference. Getting on the phone with somebody, you really get a feel for who they are. So that's really important. Now, there are some chicks out here that play a lot of game, okay? Just like the guys play game, you got women out there, believe me, I know a few of them, that play game on the men, okay? They put you in categories, just like some of the women do that too. They put you in categories. They put you in the category of the friend zone. They put you in the category of, they want you for something more. Or they put you in the category of the sex zone, all right? So they have different guys that they deal with, and they juggle the guys. They're in the inboxes, and they're juggling the guys, and they're playing the game as well. Okay? The only way you're going to know who you're dealing with is by the conversation that you have with that person and how much time she is giving you. How much time is she giving you? Is she giving you a lot of time? Is she taking time to text you back? Is she playing game on you? If she's playing game on you, then you need to, not bother with her. Then she's not worth your time. You got to keep it moving. Now, another attraction killer that I got to bring up is when you're dealing with these women is when you don't know what you want to do when you go out with them. You got to know what you want to do, you guys. You got to make some effort and you got to plan out a date. You got to make some kind of plans to plan out a date. One of the ways you're going to be tested is if you say something to a woman and you say something to the effect of, I'd really love to watch a movie with you sometime, or I'd love to watch, if we're both like Steelers fans, I'd really love to, watch a game with you maybe, or something like that, kind of like hinting like in the house kind of business. If you start out with a woman, now you got to remember, there's a lot of women out there, they got their guards up. So if you bring up anything initially in the beginning about wanting to hang out, all right, a lot of women are they're going to be turned off. They're going to be turned off, flat out. They're going to say, oh, it's another one. It's another one just looking to get me in the bed. So, you have to make the effort in trying to go out with this person and getting to know them on the outside and everything like that. Now, if you're really not into putting in all this work and you're just looking for sex, then you know what? You're going about it all wrong. Then you're better off just going out and paying for it instead of going and trying to fool people. Now, another thing I need to bring up, because we had this in one of our groups, we had a guy ask, are you women open to if a guy approaches you in the grocery store? Now, to my surprise, a lot of the women said no, okay? A lot of them were like, well, when I'm in the grocery store, I'm just there to shop and this and that. And some of them even said, oh, well, if I want to meet somebody, I'll meet him on a dating app. And I'm saying to myself, oh my gosh, no wonder nobody is connecting here, all right? They're thinking it's better to meet somebody on a dating app, which is all game, which is 99% players out there, all right, just looking to use them for sex, than to meet somebody in a store or in their everyday life is ridiculous, okay? Now, you had a few women that said, yeah, no, I would be open if somebody came up to me in a grocery store or something like that. And one of the guys in our group, he said, you just go up to a woman and, you shoot your shot. And if she's receptive, fine. If she's not, to take the hint. Now, here's the thing. You have to know how to read somebody, okay? There's people that are going to give you subtle hints they're not interested, and there's people that are going to be receptive to you. So if you see a woman and you're about to approach her and everything like that, you don't want to come off creepy. Nobody wants a creepy stalker. And a lot of women are, you could have women out there that are very cautious of that are like, oh, who is that? Is he like a stalker or something like that? But then you have normal women out there, and you have women that would be very receptive to that would be flattered. So, you have to, when you approach somebody, the best thing I think is to talk about something that's going on in a store. Like, for instance, asking them a question about something wherever you're at, okay? To break the ice. You don't go up to somebody and come off really creepy, like, I really think you're very, very attractive. Like, somebody like that is going to be taken back. They're not going to know if you're serious. They're going to look at you a little funny because you're in that type of environment. I mean, it really depends on who you're dealing with. Somebody else might be flattered. Here's the thing, though. If she's attracted to you, if she thinks that you're attractive, she's going to be receptive to you. If she's not feeling you, then she's going to probably turn her head, and if she even answers you, might give you an answer or something like, oh, I don't know, or whatever, and, not make any more conversation, and, kind of just turn the other way. So you have to know how to read somebody's body language. Somebody who's interested is going to continue the conversation with you, and they're probably going to smile, okay? A great indicator of whether a woman is into you is if she's smiling at you, okay? And that could mean that she could be a very nice person as well. But the thing is this, okay? Whatever she does or she doesn't do, you can't worry about if she's not receptive to you. That's what you have to keep in mind. You have to throw out whatever and see if she's going to come back at you and be receptive to you. It's a hit and miss, because you don't know what somebody's situation is. You might be seeing somebody in your everyday life, and that person might be living with their boyfriend, or their husband might be waiting in the car with the 3 kids, and you don't know it. So just because somebody may reject you, you can't take it personally. You got to just look at it like, okay, it's not a match, and they're not really being receptive to me because they might have somebody, they may be in a relationship, their old man might be down aisle 5, okay? And, they're a little worried that, you're coming at her or whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is, you try, and you come off and you bring up something that's a general topic, so it doesn't look like, you're making a pass at her right off the bat. Because, like I said, if you do something like that right off the bat, it could be a very uncomfortable situation because you don't know what her situation is yet. So you make little conversation about something that's going on in the store. Maybe you want to ask her, oh, do you know where the bread is? Or something like that, just to break the ice and see how receptive that person is to you, and you feel it out, okay? That's how you handle it. And you don't worry about, you don't take it personally if the person is not receptive to you. So I wanted to bring up all these little things, when you're dealing with women, because you know what? There's a lot of guys that struggle with this. There's a lot of women that are not easy to deal with. As women, a lot of women think, oh, it's all the men. But there are a lot of guys that have a hard time because there's a lot of women that have dealt with the wrong type of men out there that have been, that are scarred from it. And now here comes a nice guy that's approaching you. And a lot of women have a chip on their shoulder, like, what is he doing? Or, oh, what is he, desperate, coming up to me or something like that? You can't worry about it. You just have to, if it's not a connection, it's not a connection, and you keep moving on. See, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think a huge problem in the dating world today is that a lot of women pick the wrong men. I have been, guilty of that in my past as well, picking the wrong type of dudes. And a lot of dudes have picked the wrong type of women. And we all have a past, and we all have a history, and we all have bad experiences from picking the wrong partners. So now it's like, a lot of people have low self-esteem in trying to meet somebody, and especially when you try to meet them in person. It takes a lot of guts to go up to somebody and try to make conversation with somebody. That's why I tell you, especially like when, let's just say women to men, you have to be approachable. Nobody's going to want to come up to you if you are not approachable, all right? In other words, you have to seem like you're a happy person. If you're sitting there and you got, a mean mug look on your face, and your face is always in your phone, who's going to want to talk to you, all right? But if you're there and you're very lighthearted and you seem, happy or whatever, and you're going about your everyday life, and you're making eye contact with somebody is more prone to approach you. So you have to keep this in mind. So let me add another point I want to make about how you set yourself apart from the next guy, okay? Number one, remember what I told you. You have to know who you're going for. You have to kind of know a little bit about what they're about. Are they somebody looking for a relationship? Are they just, a fly-by-night? Are they a party girl that's out all the time with their friends getting drunk and everything like that? Know who you're dealing with, okay? So, you start talking to somebody or whatever we're talking about now online, and you have these conversations and you feel that person out and you see if you can have a conversation. Can you have an intelligent conversation with this person? Is this somebody that you could take to an office party and not be embarrassed of, okay? That you have to worry they're going to open their mouth up, in front of your boss and say something stupid, okay? That's a good indicator of whether you think this person is worth your time, okay? So you have to look at all these kind of things when you're dealing with women and who you want to be with and who you don't want to be with. If you're just looking for fun and everything like that, it's a totally another ball game. I'll have to do a podcast on that, you guys. So here's the bottom line when it comes to attraction with women, okay? This is the key, you guys. Consistency and showing an interest. And so many men think that if they show too much interest, the woman is going to, step on them or think they're desperate or think that, they have nothing else going on in their life, or the woman's going to treat you below the way you should be treated. The only person that's going to treat you less than you should be treated is somebody who's not worth your time, okay? If you, send out an inbox to somebody that you're interested in, let's just say we're doing the online, trying to meet people online, right? And this person is being a flake. In other words, they're not getting back to you right away, or they're giving you one-word answers when you try to talk to them or something like that. Don't even waste your time. It's the same thing that I tell the women to the men, okay? Don't even waste your time. They're showing you very little interest. They're not making an effort. So that is not somebody that you put all your eggs in that basket. You put them on the side. That is somebody that you put like in the friend zone, if you even want to do that. And you keep going. You keep trying with other people till you hit the right ones. The ones that are going to be receptive of you. But the most important thing is, if you're dealing with somebody who's a sincere person, a genuine person, somebody who really wants to meet somebody, okay, and they may find you attractive, you have to show that interest. You have to show that interest. If you kick back and say, well, you know what? I'm gonna let her chase me. I'm gonna let her chase me, okay? The only person that's gonna chase you is some desperate chick. That's the only one that's gonna chase you, or somebody really stupid, all right? So if you want somebody desperate and stupid, that's one thing. But if you want somebody that has a little self-respect for themselves and, cares about their own self-worth and everything like that, you have to make an effort. And you have to see if that person gives you the same effort back. It's got to be the same effort back, and no games. No games. No BS excuses why they couldn't call you back for 3 days. None of that nonsense. No ghosting. None of that, okay? That is somebody playing game on you and you don't bother with them, okay? Because it's going to be a back and forth nonsense that you're going to go through with them. Because then you're going to do the same thing back to them. Then they're going to do it back to you and back to them. And it's like, it's a waste of time. That's what it boils down to, a waste of time. So I hope that helps you guys. If it did, please share the podcast, subscribe, okay? And have a great day. Are you having a problem in your dating or relationship life and you need a question answered? Well, go to my website. The link is in the podcast description, and you'll see how you can ask Yaz a question and get it answered confidentially. So go to the podcast description and look for the link where it talks about how Yaz will answer your question. Audible is offering listeners a 30-day trial. Doesn't cost you anything. It's free 30-day trial. You get to select any book that you want on there and listen to it. They have books on there about breadcrumbing, love bombing, why did they lose interest, dating, relationship, any kind of book you're interested in and want to learn about, okay? You could listen to it in your car or if you're on the bus or the train. So go to my podcast description for the link at tinyurl.com/AskYazNow and start your free trial.